you are nothing more than a commission, right? Nothing more than a commission. You're going to get scammed when you move to Spain, unless you watch this video and understand the two main scams in property. So imagine this, you've decided to move to the Costa Blanca and you're telling yourself, we're going to have the best life ever. It's going to be just like English John, sunshine, swimming pool and palm trees, beaches, sangria, tapas, and that mañana lifestyle. It's there, right? It's the dream. I'm living it, and you guys can as well. And you want to make sure that dream doesn't turn into a complete nightmare. So I want you to understand that when it comes to anything to do with properties in Spain, this place is like the wild, wild west, especially if you're moving from the UK, Canada, or America, because you guys, like us in the UK, you've got very tight regulations on what letting agencies and real estate agencies are allowed to do and what they'll do to their clients, and you just are not afforded that level of protection in Spain. So I want you to first understand that the main scam that we see in Spain is where somebody pretends to be a landlord, which means that they've got themselves a set of keys, potentially from an Airbnb, and they set up what are called block viewings, where you'll have people come in the door every 30 minutes. And believe me when I say this, guys, if you come to Spain and you see a property that you're interested in, and it's for a long-term rental, whether it's a scam or not, you've just been told it's a long-term rental, you're going to jump over yourself to get this property. Because all we do as foreigners is say, in order for me to get this lifestyle, the only thing I've got to do now is to say yes. So we take a chance on it. Anyway, cut a long story short, if it's someone that's just got a set of keys off of an Airbnb pretending to be the owner, and they have 30 sets of tenants go through and they ask for 1,500 euros as a reservation deposit, and then they run off with the money, you've got 30 sets of tenants who have been ripped off and they've had a handsome payday. So this is scam number one. We call it the vanishing deposit. The next thing is people that are buying properties in Spain without understanding how to buy them safely. So imagine this, you go out with the agent and you see a lot of properties and you fall in love with one. Now, firstly, you're thinking to yourself, I can't believe that I've found the place this easily and it is absolutely perfect. So what happens here is that you've probably come to Spain without any legal aid in place, which means that when you see a property and it's perfect, the agent knows that if they apply the pressure and tell you we sell these on a first come first served basis, you run the risk of missing out, especially because Mr. and Mrs. Jones are viewing it tonight after you've just seen it, and this is a second viewing for them where they just want to measure up and then put a deposit down. You see, you're going to jump straight into what's known as an arras contract, which basically binds you into the property, because otherwise you're going to have the fear of missing out. So you make an offer that's accepted by the property seller. Then the agent tells you, well done, it's been accepted, let's get you down the office because we need you to sign for the deposit and commit to the transaction. This is the standard way that it goes, but because you didn't know this, you didn't set up with legal advice in advance. So you go down to the office and you say, well, you know, it's a bit unconventional because I don't know whether to sign this or not, but they rest you assured that nothing's going to go wrong. And they say, look, rather than give us the full 10% deposit today, what we do is we'll do 5 grand or 3 grand. And then we'll take it off the market and then we go forward. You send the rest of the money within 28 days or whatever they say. Cut a long story short, you're terrified of missing out on your dream property, so you commit to it. And then you go and get legal aid to make sure that everything's legit. The problem is you've already broken one rule, which is not to sign anything without legal aid looking at it for you. For our clients, we always advise, do not sign a single thing unless that we or the property lawyer has looked over it. At least 50% of people are still going to do that, and then they come crying to us because they've run out of money, they've lost the deposit. It's thousands of euros at stake, guys. So the two scams is rental scams and buying properties that you later find out are illegally constructed or they've got debts on it, and then you pull out and you lose your 10% deposit because it wasn't written into the agreement you signed without legal aid. How do you want to play this, guys? Because I know full well that you've saved up for decades to make this dream life in Spain a reality. But everybody that you come in contact with here in Spain, if they're a property professional, they're selling or they're renting, you are nothing more than a commission, right? Nothing more than a commission. They're not your friend. The number one aim of the game is to get you to sign the dotted line, because you're not pulling out and losing 10% deposit or thousands of euros. Am I right? I mean, I'm fairly certain I'm right. If you're serious about this move to Spain, then you need to know what I know, because it comes down to protection. If you don't speak, read and write Spanish, you're already at a disadvantage. Message me today, because 60 minutes with me is going to save you hundreds of hours of research, and it's going to stop you getting ripped off. Message me urgently. 2 years of planning is what I recommend. 2 years. Because the tax side of it, we've got to deal with that before everything else. And I'll leave you with this last thought. It's very possible to move here and pay taxes to the Spanish government on assets that you've sold abroad. And the one that really hurts is if you sell a house in the United Kingdom and it's capital gains tax free, and you move to Spain and you have to pay them tens of thousands of euros from the profit on that house on UK soil. It's not a great way to start it. This happens every day, and that's not a scam. That's just the difference in Spanish tax regulation to UK. Don't think that you know everything. All right, it's best off to come at this with a learning approach. I know nothing, therefore I'm going to get the help, rather than I know everything and I'm going to screw this up big time. I'll see you on the beaches of Spain when you get here.